About to meet one of the most vicious killers ever born. Half a tonne of flesh-ripping claws, bone-crunching teeth and a real bad attitude. This individual just could be the nastiest Australian ever. But it's also one of our most important finds in natural history. The story and that bad reputation began 100 million years ago.
Australia is one of the oldest continents in the world. You know, it's 4.5 billion years old. It's got such a fantastic story to tell, and no one really knows about it. I think it's Australia's most significant dinosaur dig, but it's also probably one of the most significant dinosaurs in the world.
So you're pretty excited about today?
Oh yeah. Today's a good day. Yep.
We're driving back in time with farmer David Elliott and a posse of scientists to a discovery that's changing Australia's history. The precise location is a secret because this is Australia's Jurassic Park, a dinosaur graveyard stretching hundreds of square kilometres.
Our dinosaurs have evolved in isolation slightly differently to dinosaurs overseas. And so here we are, we're seeing all these dinosaurs that have never been seen before.
We have the motherlode of dinosaurs right here. We have the largest collection of dinosaurs ever found in Australia.
Tonight, a 100-million-year-old mystery solved. One of the most ferocious dinosaurs ever, and it's all Australian.
It's an absolute killing machine.
Australia's new dinosaur frontier is on the outskirts of Winton, a town best known as the birthplace of Waltzing Matilda. Our story begins about a decade ago, when third-generation cattle and sheep farmer David Elliott was working his property when he found a bone.
I was out mustering sheep. I'd had a terrible morning because I'd started at daylight and I'd found a fence down and sheep mixed up in the next door neighbours. I got those out and I was in a filthy mood. I had a mob of sheep that wouldn't hold together and I was going backwards and forwards flat out. And I went straight past this patch of rocks and even then I thought, I've got to go back and have a look at it anyway. It turned out to be a lump of dinosaur bone about this big. And that was probably one of the most exciting days of my life.
That night, he told his wife, Judy. Fossilised footprints and a few bone fragments had been turning up for years, but nothing substantial. They both realised what he'd stumbled on was out of the ordinary. These dinosaurs are not going to be found anywhere else on the planet.
No, they belong to Australia. They are unique. The kangaroo belongs to Australia. It is unique. The koala as well. Yeah, and these dinosaurs are all the same. They're ours. And let's give them to the world. Let's make sure the world knows about them.
This is where my whole life has come colliding with a sheep cocky. And when he showed us this fragment of a bone that was absolutely monstrous, we got really excited.
With a handful of volunteers, paleontologist Scott Hocknell joined the Elliots to see what else was buried.
Looks like a rib.
What they found changed everything we'd ever known about Australia's dinosaur past.
Only a metre underneath the ground, and there you have a new dinosaur.
You can see the excitement all over you, because you've wanted to do this since you were a kid, haven't you?
Ever since I was a little boy, I've always dreamed of digging up dinosaurs, finding dinosaurs. In fact, when I was a teenager, I talked to paleontologists in Australia, and they said, "You're not going to study dinosaurs in Australia. There aren't any dinosaurs in Australia. Go overseas."
But dinosaurs did roam our ancient land. 100 million years ago, Australia was separating from the supercontinent Gondwana land. Where central Queensland is today was a vast inland sea, an idyllic subtropical habitat.
You're talking about ferns and tree ferns, giant conifers like the Wallamai pine. And instead of cows and sheep wandering across, you've got these monstrous 30-ton plant-eating dinosaurs, long necks, long tails, and being chased and marauded by the bigger carnivorous dinosaur. And in amongst all of that, you have the start of Australia's modern environment. The beginnings of the platypus and echidna, the beginnings of marsupials, all of the animals that we come to cherish as our own, as our national symbols, their origins started way back here.
This fine, silty clay is the best soil on Earth to preserve dinosaur bones. But over the last 100 million years, the bones have first been covered by 70 metres of soil above me and then eroded back to this level, leaving the bonanza of dinosaur bones just 1 metre below the surface. This is where all the bones are stored here, are they?
That's right, yeah.
Right. This looks like this huge thing under here. What does it look like? A drumstick? What is it?
It's a rib bone. It starts here and goes all the way down to the other end. We don't know what it is. And we don't even know what that dinosaur is.
So how many dinosaurs do you think there might be? I mean...
I know of over 30 sites in the district.
Really?
Yeah, and we've dug 5. And of the 5 we've dug, we haven't finished any of them.
You really haven't touched the surface.
We've hardly touched it.
There's been no dinosaurs found of this magnitude ever before. The great thing about this is that every specimen that comes out of the ground is completely new to science because we know absolutely zero about it.
This is all Matilda the dinosaur.
That's right, Diamantinosaurus matildae. Yep. This is our rib. You want to have a look?
Yeah, can we look at that? Thank you. So that's a rib.
That's a rib. It doesn't look that long until you sort of put it like that, you know,
Yes.
and then imagine that on the stomach.
The first discovery they've been able to piece together is a massive plant-eating monster called Matilda.
Matilda would have been around about the 20 to 30 tonne.
It's 5 or 6 elephants.
Yeah.
Certainly brings a whole new meaning to a spare rib dinner. Gee. But Matilda's discovery was just the start.
Suddenly we realised that there could be more, and there was.
Laying right beside Matilda in this dig pit were the bones of a beast no one believed possible. The most frightening dinosaur to ever roam our outback. A meat-eating raptor they call Banjo. And basically he would just tear you apart.
Yeah, you wouldn't know about it.
It's the biggest thing that could ever hit natural history. For the first time ever, we can see Australia's most complete carnivorous dinosaur ever found.
Hey Scotty, I think I found bone.
Based on its size, we're probably looking at a banjo rib. So, yep, we got another piece of banjo.
Each new bone from Banjo is a piece in the puzzle, and there are now enough pieces to accurately rebuild him.
By comparing what we do have with what we know of other animals, we start to fill in the blanks and put the rest of the skeleton back together.
We asked Travis Tischler, an expert in recreating dinosaurs, to build Banjo in 3D. This is a moment 100 million years in the making. We know Banjo weighed half a tonne. He stood about 3 metres tall with 72 serrated teeth. But the real weapons of choice were these razor-sharp claws. And this highly evolved killing machine can run at 30 kilometres an hour.
It was fast, it was agile, it had big claws for tripping up the prey. So it was like a cheetah of its time.
And this is how it would have attacked.
You pick him up with his stereoscopic eyes, just looking there, judging the distance. He'd slowly walk up, crouch down, very, very slowly, and then pounce out. Speed, massive amounts of speed, run him down, trip him over with these massive recurved claws, and then the next thing you see is Banjo's whopping great mouth, whoomp, on top of you. You wouldn't even have a chance. Here's the thing, don't think of dinosaurs as boring, single-coloured, slow lumbering animals. Banjo may have had brilliant bright reds or white flashes or something to attract a mate and to ward off other males.
Out here, there's so much more to discover. So excited is David Elliott that he's handed his farm to his son to become a full-time dinosaur hunter. And these thousands of bones are the beginnings of a museum called the Australian Age of Dinosaurs.
This is 4.5 billion years of our continent. And the kids of our country need to know that, because if the better they understand their continent, the better they're going to look after it.
This is the first time ever, as an individual, you can come off the street, be trained to actually prepare fossils or dig up a fossil for your own nation's natural history. Imagine that. No other country has it. It's a unique thing to Australia.
It's just so wonderful to have the opportunity to see something that hasn't seen the light of day for 95 to 98 million years. It's just magical.
If you had the opportunity to go back 100 million years and not return, what would you do?
Take a gun.
But you'd go.
I sure would.
And there's one more tantalising find we should tell you about. A dinosaur so ferocious, so gigantic, that Banjo and Matilda may have just been small fry.
I'll let you in on a secret. We have a fragment of a tooth from something that was even bigger. Australia's T-Rex version is the next tick in the box that we've got to find. And personally, I think it'll be bigger, more ferocious. I mean, why not?
And within the next few years, there'll be a museum where you'll be able to literally walk with dinosaurs. To find out more, just log on to AustralianAgeOfDinosaurs.com.
Coming up on Sunday night, the argument about your babies, but nobody's bothered to ask you.
The risk of a baby dying in a home birth is 2 to 3 times higher.
It's a decision I should have made last pregnancy.
Oh, here he comes. Let's feel his head.
You gave a description of his car to police.
And the car's parked in his backyard right now.
So go figure.
There's no figure, they just screwed up.
We should have been more inquisitive.
It's been hell.
And turned over a rock or two.